Alright, what's up, guys? It's Felicia. Today, we have a little bit more of a sensitive topic. Trigger warning, it's death. Let's just get straight into it. Okay, so if you haven't heard, Pass died. He was killed by an absolute monster. He uploaded on his channel literally 9 hours ago. Now he's dead. YouTube, don't. If it will let me scroll up, then I'll get to. We're gonna watch something from the New York Post. I'll show you that at the end, but you can go watch these for yourself after, if y'all really want to. If you want a better quality, I'm gonna have to go over the basics here of charges he's facing, stuff like that. He's on the run right now. They said he was in custody, but he was on run. But he's on run. He could, God forbid, he could fly to Washington D.C. and do something to our president. So they better capture him and basically publicly kill him, like execute him. Yeah, this was assassination. Look at this. Happened right before he got shot. Look. Very sad. Very happy, very happy. You notice he said a couple hours. This monster killed him 20 minutes after he started speaking.
Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
I'm gonna stop it here. I can't stop it. So this was right before it. He was very happy, very spirited, very happy, basically. And he got shot. The U.S. president did confirm it, and including governors from basically the entire United States. Ohio's governor, I think, has responded. Gavin Newsom has responded, but I can't name the rest. This is just really sad, to be honest. Charlie Kirk getting shot. YouTube, I'm going to show the video now. Yeah, I think they do blur out where he actually got shot, but... Alright, let's see. See if I can't spell. I think Law and Crime has it. We're going to watch this video, then we're going to talk more about charges he could be facing. I think they show it. Not sure. Law and Crime is a lot more educated than I am about crime, so Let's see how many people are watching right now.
We have breaking news. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been killed after being shot in the neck during an outdoor rally on the campus of Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. We have the latest confirmed information in this special breaking edition of On the Case presented by Law. I'm Chris Stewart. Breaking details are still coming in on this story, but President Donald Trump just said that Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist, is dead after he was shot at an event today outside Salt Lake City in Orem, Utah. Here's the post on Truth Social the president put out, writing that the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. Now, Charlie Kirk was a conservative activist, very active on social media, and a major supporter of Donald Trump. He became one of the young faces of the MAGA movement. And he was one of the founders of Turning Point USA, a major political nonprofit that advocated for conservative causes. Kirk had been on his American comeback tour. He was going to colleges across the country and speaking on campus. And one of those stops today at Utah Valley University. It's in Orem, Utah. It's about 45 minutes south of Salt Lake. And it's a school of about 45,000 kids. And thousands of people were listening to Kirk speak at the time that he was shot. Now, at the time of this reporting, police say a suspect is still on the loose. Originally, there was a campus alert that went out saying that there was a suspect in custody.
Yes, he's still on the run.
Video circulating on social media
Pause it,
of an
man.
older man being...
Yes, he's still on the run, like he said. He could do many more horrible things before he's caught. So people have to be deployed to catch him.
Detained. It is unclear what the circumstances were around that, but it is being reported that man is not the shooter who killed Charlie Kirk. A school spokesperson told the New York Times that a single shot was fired at Kirk from a building on campus about 200 yards away from where Kirk was seated. According to the school as well, Kirk was taken by his security team off of campus. Now, there is video circulating on social media of the shooting and of the moment that Charlie Kirk was killed. And we cannot show you that video. It is just too graphic to show it here. It is incredibly disturbing, but in that video, you can see that Kirk is hit. He reacts to being shot, falling out of his chair. You can hear that single gunshot being fired. You also see the bullet hit Kirk in the video, and you see blood leave his body. Then there's just chaos of the thousands of students and people who came to hear him speak, running for safety. Now, one of our employees here at Law and Crime has a family member who goes to Utah Valley University, and here are the text messages that they sent to each other in the moments after this shooting. You can see that she says that she's okay. Quote, "I'm hiding right now. I love you." She explained there was a shooting and that she was okay, but she also said that the school was now on lockdown and that she was in hiding with other people. Earlier today, right as this news was breaking, I spoke to retired FBI agent Colin Schmidt. We spoke before the news broke that Kirk was dead. And at the time, it was being reported that a shooter was in custody. And we talked a lot about what this investigation will look like going forward and what charges a shooter, if and when they're arrested, what they could face. Here's our conversation. Joining us.
Before he speaks, terrorism is definitely one he's facing. Capital punishment will be definitely, he'll get it. He'll probably be publicly executed by Trump. which would be a really good thing.
That was retired FBI agent Colin Schmidt. Always
Let's
great
hear
to have
what
you
he
on
has to
Long
say.
Crime, and thanks for being with us as much information is developing right now. We know that there are students that are in lockdown right now on this campus. For those who are responding to this now, law enforcement, what are they doing at this point of the response?
Well, from what I understand online, they may have already have a suspect in custody, but one of the big problems when you have a shooting in an outdoor venue is you have self-deployment and lots of law enforcement showing up to the scene and basically having those to bring the people to the one spot where they can organize their crime scene investigators, and then they're going to basically span out, start interviewing people, and determine whether he's a lone shooter or there's more people involved in a conspiracy.
And that was going to be my next question is the, I know law enforcement trains for this, but there's just that chaos of so many people that were in this like college quad, they're running. This one person appears, we don't know his identity at this point, is in custody. How do you make sure in all of that chaos that there isn't someone else who is part of this?
Well, you really can't. When you have, it looks to be about 5,000 to 10,000 people running in all different directions. The only thing you do is you got to start at the source, which is the shooter. They have him immediately identified. It looks like he may have made the shot from within the crowd, and the people probably it's going to come out that people around him took him into custody, so to speak, or held him. But then the next step would be to do a logical investigation in terms of interviewing him, get his cell phone, do some cell phone analytics, and then talk to the people around there, and then frankly to determine if there is somebody that financed him or put him up to this, or if he's just a lone shooter.
Let's hear one.
So all of this is just for people who are watching. I mean, this story broke probably for us within the last 10 or 15 minutes, so it's really within the hour. It appears that this has happened. How quickly do you start asking questions of that suspect?
Well, you don't want to prompt him to lawyer up, so to speak, even though that is his right. You want to get some professionals there, or get him in a car, get him aside, and basically start talking to him immediately to get a confession, so to speak. He's in custody, so it'll be an interrogation, so he has to be read his Miranda rights. And basically, the most important thing for them to find out is was he alone, or is there more people? From white male, older gentleman. So I suspect he's a lone shooter, and this has been something that's brewed within him for a long time, and then they're gonna find all those things out.
Because I also think too, because I saw that same picture, and we're not showing it at this point because we don't know officially if this is the person. And we've seen in some cases, I remember, I think the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade shooting, that there was someone who actually wasn't arrested for it. So that picture is going around on social media. And if he is the person, I think for law enforcement, it would be a challenge where here he is on the ground and you have people who you want to almost get away so they aren't. I could understand they would be really angry at this person and would want to go at him, and you want to make sure you have your suspect. Then at the same time, these could be witnesses. How do you handle the chaos of that moment?
Well, the first thing is to ensure there is no chaos. So they're going to radio in lots of support. More officers uniform officers are going to get in there. They're going to do crowd control, and then they're going to interview the people that most likely put their hands on him or were around him, because they're going to be around, because ultimately it's kind of just common sense. They're going to say, hey, does anybody know what happened? And being that event is very partisan, there's going to be people that are going to be happy to talk, happy to cooperate with law enforcement. And then from there, you just build on that, because most of the times when people go to events like this, they don't go alone. They go with a couple of friends. And so somebody's going to know somebody saw something. And then from there, you're just going to do the investigation. There's
pictures, images, videos circulating on social media of the moment that Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck. According to the school, and an alert that it was a single gunshot from the crowd, from a suspect now believed to be in custody. There's probably about 5,000 people, let's say, who were watching this speech. I think it was the Q&A session, for whether it's private security that's there or police that are there. I mean, how do you actually scan a crowd to try and spot someone who might be armed and trying to do something like this?
Well, I mean, you're common sense. You're going to go to the sound and then the muzzle flash or the smoke. And so it most likely it appears that if he is the guy that did it, there was people around him who saw him pull out the long rifle or whatever. It doesn't look like it was a shot from a handgun. And they frankly detained him. And then from there, law enforcement will come in and do their investigation.
And for these political events, I mean, to your point, I mean, Turning Point, it's a very partisan group, conservative politics. This is not a rock concert. This is a political rally that was going on. For law enforcement in the area, what is the preparation like in the days leading?
All right, I'm going to have to stop it now. For YouTube, don't mind me, I'm going to show the video.
Leading up to it, and
if I have the video,
right now,
if the video actually comes up.
Colleges, but even in the days leading up to this speech or this.
I can't see that. This might be it. I think on CBS News it's on. If it's not, I'll just end it here. I think you can find the video on TikTok. I saw it.
I want to bring in Raydon Dashid. She was at the event, right?
Okay, developing story. The suspect is now in custody. Thank God.
On the attack, she's on the phone. Raydon, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. If you could tell us where you were, what you saw, what happened.
Yeah, so I was clear up at the front. So they had like the tent set up for where Charlie was going to be. And then they had like the cattle grade set up and with a little walkway for the people that were going to debate him. And then I was the grate right behind it. So I was right by the walkway, so I was right up front.
And then what happened? When the actual shot was fired, where were you? What did you see or hear?
So I was, he was just talking to the second debater. And ironically, it was about the transgender shooter and,
it was transgender. What the hell?
Not wanting them to purchase firearms. And he was talking back and forth with the guy. And then,
wait. Just a second. Let me pause it.
Up top, I think it got his carotid.
Developing story. It was a gay and transgender shooting. Of course it was. That's why I support Trump.
It looked like his neck, and there's just blood pouring out everywhere. And his eyes kind of rolled back. And at that point, I kind of looked up because it sounded like it came up from behind me, up the hill. And it was just one pop. And then we all dropped to the ground, and then they told us all to run. So we all ran out. Yeah, I'm imagining pandemonium at that point. Did you see medical personnel attend to him, and what happened after that? By the time I looked up, he was already off. He was already out. He was already out of the tent. There were some police officers up there. There was a security. There was no metal detectors or anything for us to go through. They didn't even check our tickets. What about the gunman? Any sense of what became of the person? I don't know if it's a man or woman. The person who fired the shot. Nope, I didn't see anything. I just dropped when everyone else dropped, and then I ran when they told everybody to run. So you described it as a debate that was going on. So it was the debate between Charlie and someone else, or just a sort of a... So he just proved me wrong. And basically, because he's a right-winger, and, he's very, very, very good at his debates. And he invites mostly college kids to go up and debate him. And, a lot of them, had a lot of the same views, but there was something that may be a little bit off that they don't quite agree with. So they're just trying to, debate him back and forth on their views versus his.
so it sounds like people from all points on the political spectrum. What about the atmosphere, the mood? What was it like leading up to that?
Oh, man, we were all having fun. We were shouting, USA and Charlie Kirk and listening to some, 80s music like Queen and that, and just stuff to pump you up. We're just all having a good time.
Yeah, like a festival kind of atmosphere. I want to ask you about security. What was that like as you entered this area? And what kind of area is this?
There was none. It was like, so when you walked in there, it was like in the crevice of the buildings with a bridge across it. And then behind it was like a grassy open area with a little bit of sitting that's kind of in the stadium seating. But it was like
I'm
a
gonna
little
have to
hill.
go over here. Before I end it, I got a official update from Live Now from Fox. There you go.
Campus safe for those kids.
Yeah,
So thank you.
That is so very true, and you can see this is a live picture actually any moment now. I think they're about to give a mic check real briefly. So, Mike, thank you so much for your time here live now from Fox. I appreciate your time. I'm glad, obviously, your family is safe there, saying they were on lockdown, a suspect now in custody. I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us here quickly on Live Now.
And thank you for covering this for us. Thank you.
All right, let's quickly shift gears here on Live Now from Fox. Take you right out there to Utah. Spencer Cox providing an update.
We'll hear from Utah Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bo Mason. Then we'll hear from the FBI Special Agent in Charge, Robert Bowles. We'll then hear from Utah Valley University Vice President Val Peterson, who's been in touch with President Jimenez. And then we'll hear from Governor Cox. I'll turn the time over to Commissioner Mason.
Everyone. I'm Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety.